And we're live. January 29th, 2021. The SMT Podcast is now live. The SMT is here. We've got Carlos S. Tech with us, as well as Tyrone from Tech Life. We're here to discuss the things that are happening in wireless network technologies, what's going on at the big carriers. Today we're pretty excited. We've got some interesting topics. The topics themselves, I think we've covered some of them before, and they pop up every so often. There's a lot of things to discuss. Really, I think, is as we talk through these things, it's going to open up Pandora's box to a lot of different possibilities. So myself, Carlos, Tyrone, Moose, involved in these conversations. What we want to do is we want to discuss the topics, in kind of like a round robin setting, and do it so you all can kind of tune in, hear what we have to say, look at our perspectives, agree with us, disagree with us. You see it differently. That's all fine. But go ahead and get the discourse going, the discussion, and the live chat. You never know. We might pull up your comment and take a look at what you have to say. But by all means, do chime in and let us know your thoughts and opinions. And if you're watching this on replay, go ahead and comment in the comment section and let us know how you see it. And most definitely, we do respect all people's opinions here. And, nobody's going to agree on everything. But we'll look at the most likely scenarios and what we think is, really the case and things of that nature. So let's say hello to some people. Before we get started, we have Barry. We got Brennan, Kimon. Appreciate you guys. Hashtag Mod Squad. We also have the homie Mike as well. Appreciate you being here, Mike. Always supporting the SMT YouTube channel. Damien is here. Good day from Australia. Good day to you, sir. It's probably frickin'... it's probably like 6 a.m. over there or something.
Is this Peter Adderton as a disguise?
David, good to see you, man. Jay is here. We got Austin and Sean. Appreciate you guys for stopping by. What's up, Mike? What's happening, brother? We got Nick, my dude, Luna. Good to have you as well. Nathan is here. Alexis, hello. Glad you could stop by tonight. Robert is here. Appreciate you, sir. All right, so the order and the sequence of tonight's show really doesn't matter. I have no preference. I don't think you guys do either. But I think the Tracfone one is interesting. We know that the deal is pending. We know that the deal is set to close Q1 of 2021. So the deal itself, it's big in the sense that it's going to essentially shift the paradigm of prepaid. Right? So as of right now, I think the biggest prepaid carrier, not MVNO, but like actual prepaid carrier, I think is Metro. I think. I think so in terms of MVNO, then it's Tracfone, right?
Yep.
Okay. So.
Yep.
And prepaid and MVNO are not so different in a lot of ways. They're just reselling, MNO service as their own brand, their own plan and features and spin. The deal will essentially give Verizon a footprint of about 1/3 of the marketplace in MVNO. So that appears to be the fear. If anybody's going to say anything about the Tracfone and Verizon deal, it's simply the fact that Verizon would all of a sudden overnight gain about 1/3 of the marketplace share in MVNO and prepaid. Because Verizon would not be an MVNO. Verizon is a network operator. So automatically it becomes their prepaid arm. Essentially just an extension of their prepaid. So you would go from an independently operating MVNO to essentially a prepaid extension of Verizon, which they've never had market share. They don't really pay much attention to prepaid. They have prepaid service, but they don't run too many promos. They don't do too much with it in terms of pushing it out, advertising, focusing with deals and, things like, smartphone deals or whatever and switching. They just don't. So this would essentially give Verizon that instant market share in prepaid. And we have T-Mobile now formally joining forces with the CWA and Peter Adderton to vocally and publicly, voice their concern about the deal. But keep in mind, and Tyrone, I'll let you kind of go with this.
Yeah.
Each of those people opposing the Tracfone and Verizon deal have a dog in the fight.
Yep.
Maybe you can kind of speak to that. What is T-Mobile? What are they trying to do by blocking this, getting involved with the CWA? And then what is, Peter Adderton's stake in it?
Yeah,
I'll
it's
try to.
interesting. It's interesting, Sneed. I just think what was said on that letter that a potential divestment of some of the customers, it could at some point benefit Peter Adderton and his Mobile X platform that he's trying to create. And it would apparently keep the market balanced in terms of scale on customers. It wouldn't all just go to Verizon overnight, as you just mentioned. But I still think I don't know what T-Mobile's benefit is from this. They're already the largest prepaid carrier with Metro by T-Mobile. So, and I don't know how this is really strengthening Verizon's position. They just grew their revenue by 6%. So I don't know how this is helping Verizon. I mean, we know TracFone is a lower prepaid valued carrier. So I don't know how this is going to help Verizon, and I don't know why T-Mobile is opposed to this deal.
Do you think they're worried about Metro? The competition there? We've kind of questioned if they really care about Metro. We've seen them kind of de-emphasize it and try to pull, as much Metro customers away from prepaid, offer some kind of a switching promotion, give them a better deal, give them a free phone, not really needing any type of, credit. Don't need a credit pull. If you're in good standing with the company, you got a year of consecutive pays, no misses. Do they really care about prepaid, or think this is just block to block?
Yeah, I think that could be the case. Just to block it, just to not let Verizon have these customers, which I don't know why they're so concerned with that. But it's not like we know how Verizon is going to attack and compete in the market if they do close the deal. If they come in and they start competing left and right, then I can be like, okay, now I understand why. But we have no idea how Verizon is going to operate it. Are they going to keep it TracFone? Do they rebrand to Verizon? We don't know.
Is there anything wrong with TracFone right now? The fact maybe that they have like too many brands? Like they have, I don't know, like a dozen or something brands?
Yeah, maybe from that standpoint, yeah. But I think from a strategic standpoint, the market that they serve, the value, the low end user, I think they're doing a good job. The like you said, the customer that wants calling and texting and they want your Wi-Fi password.
Low data users, they just don't need much, use much. They want to keep their bill down as much as possible. They're content keeping their bill under $20 a month.
Yeah.
They'll find something like that.
Yeah. So here's what I was thinking, Sneed, real quick. The only way I think that T-Mobile should be concerned about this deal is if Verizon comes in top heavy. So let's say they get all the brands that are out there, they all rebrand them to Verizon Wireless Prepaid, and they get in all that distribution, Walmart, Dollar General, Family Dollar. If they get their Verizon brand in all those stores distribution wise, then I can see, okay, now I can see where T-Mobile would be concerned. But other than that, I don't see that T-Mobile would have a concern.
So what's T-Mobile selling in those places? Or do they plan to sell in those places?
I don't even think they have that kind of distribution footprint. I don't think Metro exists in like dollar stores and like the Dollar Generals. I know TracFone does.
So this is Yasmin. She came to hang out. Just letting you guys know, Yasmin is here.
I'm going to sleep.
Thanks, Yasmin. Thank you. Thank you. Hugs. Squeeze.
Skis.
Yeah.
Skis, not squeeze. Skis. Skis.
Go ahead.
Skis.
Go ahead.
Not squeeze.
You're still wet. So go dry your hair.
Mama,
Be careful. Be careful. You're going to step it. Don't. Be careful. All right, Yasmin, good night. Love you. Nope. Another one. Yeah, this is what you got to look forward to, dog.
Yep.
God.
I'm a pony.
I know. Okay. So, man, we were talking about the footprint in these other outlets. The last I checked, they were moving, away from keeping Metro dealers happy, and they were trying to get away from, other people, in terms of the prepaid space. They were trying to take control of that business, of that
Yeah.
sector.
I
So, yeah, that's why I think, honestly, Tyrone, I think it's just a block to block. Honestly.
Yeah, I think it is. Just I think it is. Last I heard too, Sneed, if you haven't seen, the T-Mobile is restructuring again their retail stores. They're making them, they're remodeling, so to speak. And I've been hearing that, where the dealer footprint is slowing down, in those T-Mobile stores, they are wanting to start selling Metro by T-Mobile inside those stores.
Really?
So what sparks that? Is it just trying to improve, the cost? Is it a cost cutting measure?
I mean, if Metro is franchised, I mean, the dealer pays for most of that cost. It's kind of like an authorized retailer. So
That would be good. That reduces operation overhead.
yeah, but I think the dealers are not wanting to fall in line with T-Mobile policies.
Yeah, they're pretty pissed
Yeah.
off right now.
They're still pissed.
Yeah, they're still pissed. It's bad. Every day I see it. They're adding John Fryer. They're adding Mike Seaver. It's embarrassing. And Mike Seaver
yeah.
pretends like he doesn't see it.
Bro. What do you expect about Eugene, bro? It's Eugene.
Got to be a better way.
It has
There
to
has
be.
to be a better way.
Has to be.
When there's a Eugene involved, it's a Eugene, bro.
You think so, Jay? Jay says all that footprint and straight corporate. I don't know. I don't see it that way. I think they're content having them run those stores in the worst parts of town. Bulletproof glass, pistols, and ammunition. T-Mobile won't do that.
Heck no.
How are things in El Paso, the metro neighborhoods? Tyrone?
So they originally expanded to a very large footprint because, of course, here, prepaid plays a large factor. But from that standpoint, if you look at market share, T-Mobile has been able to obtain a lot of those lower valued customers with, their free lines and free this, free that. So that's worked for T-Mobile. But if I have to be honest, T-Mobile is kind of counterproductive because they have put some of their corporate T-Mobile stores in those parts that you speak of right next to Metro by T-Mobile.
Like how close? Like within a mile?
Yeah, within a mile. Like literally some areas of downtown are like across the street.
Oh. So they'll send you an unlimited plan with Amazon Prime for $40, and then they'll sell you an Essentials line with nothing and worse access for $65.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man.
Bro,
You'd have to be
the Metro
foolish.
access, the Metro access is good, bro.
It's better
Honestly,
than the
with
Essentials, right?
With everything that's been happening to me, bro, honestly, I would highly recommend Metro if you want to go with the T-Mobile brand.
Damn. Like that.
Yeah. Wow.
Like that, bro. Unless you want your
what is
numbers
it? If
to
you get
disappear.
$40 a month, Los, for the Metro plan, and you add the $10 HD add-on, you're still at $50.
That's correct. With 10 gigs of hotspot, which is better than Essentials.
Essentials is nothing, and you're constantly deprio. At least with the HD add-on, you're going 1080p.
That's correct. And at least your number won't disappear like the Houdini, bro.
No, my goodness. That was last night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 9th time.
9th time. Hey, Landon. Literally, Carlos has had, if not 2, maybe 3 of his lines hijacked from his T-Mobile account on live stream.
Last night too.
So that's the 3rd time?
That's the 4th time on the live stream.
He's
Last
had
night.
4 of his lines hijacked on live stream.
God damn.
Security.
So how's everybody doing? Sorry I'm late.
Hey, Moose. Good to see you, man.
Good.
Welcome to the show. Appreciate you stopping by, man.
Oh, of course. And if you enjoyed the SMT podcast, please make sure to share and like it. Bro, you literally said the exact same intro, dog. Thank you for stopping by to the SMT YouTube channel.
Mr. Zero Cool, my dude.
What is it? Is it done? Is it over? I mean,
no, we just started, bruh. You're good.
Oh, I just made it. Okay.
Yeah, we already ate the scallops though, so you missed it.
I'm so full. Got some hint water. I'm like,
We were talking about the TracFone deal, actually, guys. For Zero Cool coming in and for Moose coming in, maybe we can get your input on this. T-Mobile's looking to block, get involved with the CWA and Peter Adderton to try to kind of stand in the way of the TracFone and Verizon deal. To me personally, I just think it's a block to block. I don't think it's much of a story. It's nothing like a story within a story. It does look stupid, I think, on T-Mobile's half, because there are 4 national providers a year ago today. And in February, it became 3. 2 of them merged, T-Mobile and Sprint. So that merger was okay. Right? We went from 4 national to 3. T-Mobile was a part of that. They wanted that merger. And then this one's a problem, and it's prepaid. And there are dozens upon dozens of MVNO deals, right, with all these different companies. But this is the straw that broke the camel's back. So not the 4 national going to 3, but the 11 of the 176 MVNOs that exist merging would be a problem. What say you guys?
Man.
I think I think it's posturing. I mean, I hate to say this, but once this deal completes, Verizon is going to be the prepaid game. It's enough said, right? It's just, yeah, exactly, Peter. It's going to take away a lot of prepaid from Metro, I believe. I don't know how T-Mobile feels about that, but I think the big selling point is the network when it comes to prepaid, right? They're going to have access to the millimeter wave, right? That's huge. It is. And, a solid network from Verizon. I just think they don't want the market share to shift, and that's why they're doing it. Market shift posturing. That's what it is.
Bro, I'm looking at it like this. I think the reason why T-Mobile is trying to do put a block in this is for the main reason that they know that they will, a lot of the Safe Link or Safe Line Obama phones are on the TracFone brand. So they know they're going to have to cough up that cash, to have that access, continue having that access through, and to be able to represent it through that brand. So I think that's the reason why they're trying to step in and trying to, to smack the block through.
Well, does the current, new administration play a piece?
Yep.
As in, we have a new FCC commissioner, the acting commissioner, Jessica Rosenworcel, who has served on the commission for the better part of the last decade, and she was against the merger. She's anti-merger. She has the traditional Democratic ideal, which is no mergers by any means. So it's clearly different. I wouldn't be surprised if her first thing was to try to block this, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I can see that happening. But then again, as we discussed earlier, Sneed, is Verizon really going to take this to the Supreme Court to get this through? Is this really that important of a deal to them?
Yeah, I could see Verizon walking away from it, not paying $1 to lawyers and saying it's not worth it.
Yep.
It'd be cheaper not even to go to court, just to lose to the commissioner.
Yep. Completely agreed. I don't see this deal being like super hugely beneficial to Verizon in any way, shape, or form, unless they have a completely different strategy behind the doors that we don't know about.
The strategy you mentioned earlier made sense. I just don't know if it's a thing. You know, I get your premise, posturing to put customers in a position to upsell those customers. But is there really upselling a TracFone customer?
I think so.
Like, can you really sell a ribeye to somebody who makes $5 a day?
I don't know. Where's the, this? I thought this is supposed to be listed on the FCC's transaction website. I'm not seeing this transaction listed on their site.
I do have. Are you talking about the CWA letter to the FCC?
No. So whenever a carrier says, I'm going to buy a carrier, what have you.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if there's any FCC wireless licenses involved. If there's not, then the FCC doesn't have to approve anything. It comes down to the DOJ actually. So if there's no wireless licenses, I don't think there is, then this is going to be at the DOJ's decision. So I'm not seeing anything on the FCC's website. Exactly, DOJ antitrust. Exactly. Mm-hmm. So basically, it'll be one body approving it instead of two.
Yeah, but the FCC has to be involved.
They're only involved if there's wireless licenses that are being in a transaction. That's it.
So if this is just business and companies, it's FTC, DOJ.
It's FTC and DOJ, correct? Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting. So why was this mentioned as an FCC? Why? I mean, it's going to the FCC. Zero cool. CWA letter to the FCC. That's what I'm saying. I agree. The question is antitrust. It is. 100%.
It is. They're just shouting to the FTC to pull some weight, maybe. But I'm not. Maybe. I'm looking under the transactions, unless I'm trying to search for something. I'm not seeing it under current and recent transactions.
I'll go ahead and do a screen share, just so we can kind of look at some of the terminology.
So we know now who's the new chairman of the FCC, but ever since what's his name sent in his resignation letter from the DOJ, who's going to replace him?
Macon Del Rahim?
Yeah, who's going to replace him? He's already resigned.
Oh, he's been gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting, right? Because clearly the DOJ is going to replace somebody. But I don't know who the next attorney general is going to be, so that might be why we're waiting.
Yeah. And now maybe since Trump did not win a second term, that could have, Verizon is likely already in their back pocket, like, hey, we might not have a chance that this goes through now under a Democratic office.
Yeah, I can't get it to hold, so sorry guys, I can't increase the font. So it reads, competing MVNO or MNOs from being disclosed to Verizon and TracFone individuals involved in the marketing, distribution, or sale of competing services, or being used for any purpose that could harm competition. That is antitrust.
Mm-hmm.
They're basically saying, okay, so is this going to the DOJ? If Verizon and TracFone's claim of robust wholesale competition were true, why did the U.S. and District Court and Sprint T-Mobile find otherwise? Okay, therein lies the problem. They are admitting that the T-Mobile and Sprint merger was viewed as antitrust and scrutinized. So they're saying, you scrutinized us, but you approved. Now we need you to scrutinize this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the pot calling the kettle black. You know what I'm saying? This is absolutely ridiculous. That is insanity for the FCC to entertain this, to even pursue based on this letter. Yeah. If the FCC wants to force the issue and present it to the DOJ and deliver it and say, look at this letter, okay. But they should not do it on the basis of this complaint from T-Mobile, which looks ridiculous in this letter. They sound stupid. I was telling Tyrone before the show, T-Mobile literally is not looking at themselves. They don't hear what they're saying. They sound and look ridiculous. The fact that an executive from T-Mobile signed this is concerning. How? When your merger just got approved 8 months ago, 9 months ago. And now you're saying scrutinize this? Oh, my goodness. They look terrible.
Yeah, Sneed, I just sent you if you could check the group Twitter, I just sent you the FCC basically saying that it's kind of, there's no applications accepted for filing due to, no licenses, and it's just pretty much just going to the DOJ and FTC for review.
Yeah, I could see it. Transfer of control. It's just the license of the business.
Pretty much.
Because they don't own and operate any licensing in the U.S. They're just an MVNO. So if you had a problem, it'd be an FTC issue, Federal Trade Commission. It'd be an antitrust issue, right?
Here's the thing. I don't think what antitrust, it's a prepaid provider. It's not postpaid.
They're saying that the MVNO market is going to shift because of this. But
that's
Verizon
so not true. That's not true.
I know it's not true, and that's why when I first heard the story about the TracFone deal with Verizon, I thought to myself, okay, this could actually help TracFone customers get better features, perks, and consolidation of the businesses. Meaning, why the heck does TracFone operate 15 brands? When they're
exactly, there's 28 million MVNOs.
If you go to the websites, they're even built off of the same cookie cutter setup. They literally changed the colors, the little boxes. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, I'm telling you, there was a 17-year-old kid somewhere in Southern California just switching the colors around every other month.
Yeah.
He's like, he's probably talking to his friends. Yeah, we'll do the math homework in a minute. Let me just upgrade the TracFone websites real quick. Yeah. Because they literally look exactly the same. It's just colors, But that's not the point. My point is that you're more likely to reap a benefit from being on a big company than being stuck on a little company. And if Verizon doesn't touch the pricing, well, then the value proposition only stands to improve. But that's where I think Tyrone was talking about this concept of them upselling. But I'm telling you, it's hard to upsell to a company that is known for the cheapest rates in the biz.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It has to be that, because Verizon goes on the earnings call a couple days ago and says, we're not chasing unprofitability. Then why are you buying TracFone?
Yeah. We proposed that a couple of days ago.
That was very strange. Why would you go on a quarterly earnings and say, we're not going after the low bottom end customer, but yet the TracFone customer is that same customer?
Yeah.
It's so complicated, man.
Yeah. They're looking to upsell. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
I wish Lawrence was here, because Lawrence can speak to the TracFone customer, right? I know Mike has Straight Talk. Straight Talk's not even really truly an unlimited plan.
No.
Isn't Straight Talk 25 or 35 gigs, and then it's on some 2G?
Yeah,
I think so.
Right, so a lot of these companies work like Dish.
But what's crazy though? Out of all the brands that are under that, Straight Talk is the one that advertises the heaviest. I see them on TV all the time. There's a guy hanging from a tower while it's raining.
Oh my God! Oh, it's 60 gigs. That's pretty good. Wow, that's good stuff. Yep. I don't know. I wrote down a couple of things. Peter Adderton showed up in that complaint, the CWA. I think that's just the due diligence of the union playing a part there. I think the Peter Adderton piece falls in line with the fact that he obviously wants to, launch his MVNO this year. It'll be a lot easier for him to get disgruntled TracFone customers or customers that are wrapped up in a merger and, whatever is going on with the competition in the marketplace. He stands a better chance to grab up some of that market share, with this, without Verizon owning and operating.
Yeah, very easy.
But I definitely think there's something there with the Biden administration and the new FCC. If they get involved, we'll have to watch that. If the FCC doesn't get involved, it's a moot point. I don't think it's antitrust.
Yeah, I agree.
They said 85% chance. The analysts, the experts, 85% chance it passes.
Yeah.
I think it's about right, if not maybe 90. You know. You mean to tell me that Jessica Rosenworcel is going to stick out her long neck for this? She's probably got her hands on that whole net neutrality thing. You know, bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, she's gonna want to get that approved ASAP.
What's the most likely outcome here, gentlemen? What do you say, Zero Cool?
Nothing's going to happen.
Block. What do you think?
It's going to get approved.
Okay.
T-Mobile doesn't. I mean, T-Mobile or anybody for that matter that's trying to object to this, like public knowledge, they always try to. They don't have a leg to stand on.
Agreed. What do you say, Moose?
You know, it's everybody was telling me that I was crazy to think that the DOJ would go after the T-Mobile merger with Sprint after the fact. But if a judge looks at this, you know, multi-page document objection to the TracFone deal, they just opened up a massive can of worms just to block a deal.
I'm not calling you crazy. I just disagree.
I mean, dude, I'm telling you, it happened in 1984.
Sure.
It's happened before.
Yeah, but
it can happen
Moose,
again.
Backtrack to 1984. AT&T was consuming regions and companies by the dozens. They owned everything in landline. There was nothing that didn't have an AT&T branding on it. They were just consuming companies just to get them out of the way. Bro, have you ever gone to an anthill and just started stomping? That's what AT&T was doing.
Bro, I love that, bro. That's savage mode.
Yeah.
It is savage mode. It's freaking Thanos, dude, with 6 stones. Snapping his fingers and everybody's disappearing, dog. You know? Seriously. So I know why Judge Green did that. Come on, man. This isn't that. I mean, it's what you're indicating is something that really happened in the history of telecom, but that's not this. That's not the scale.
Call me crazy, but I think AT&T is going to do some more acquisitions. It may not be big, huge ones, but maybe some smaller, medium-sized ones. They seem to be the only carrier that's acquiring or anything. You know, it takes to Sprint or T-Mobile 10 years to make a move, right? Verizon just not, you know, besides the whole Vodafone thing that they don't really care. It seems like AT&T with their prowess is going to probably acquire some more companies.
What do you think is the most likely outcome, Carlos? All right, we'll wait for Carlos to get back. Let's go with Tyrone.
Yeah, I think if it does delay at best, you know, if there's a delay or whatever, we got to look at paperwork. We got to make sure that this is good. But other than that, I see this going through. I see this being approved. But again, I just don't know why anybody would make a ruckus about it. It benefits nobody, really, to be honest.
It may not be anything. This may not change anyone's life.
Yeah,
you know, Verizon may just purchase to purchase, just as something to own. You know, if they were to make $100 million a quarter on this, they'd be thrilled. You know, they'd say, okay, we can build out the network in one city with $100 million. You know, we could upgrade 50 tower sites in one city. You know, we got nodes to build out. We got C-band and CBRS radios and antennas. They may look at it like that. I don't think it's a big deal either way. If it got blocked, I'd be like, well, this is ridiculous, but you would expect it because of the Democratic administration change. If it was approved, I would say, okay, well, the FCC didn't stick their neck out because it's not their place. You know, either way, I could see it.
I was going to mention this because I was talking to one of my good mentors recently, and something he brought up something really key that I wanted to share with you guys. Xfinity Mobile and Spectrum Mobile as a standalone wireless MVNO, forget about the TV, forget about the internet, is losing money. The only reason why Xfinity Mobile and Spectrum Mobile exist is to keep the customer just within the triple play.
It's customer retention.
Exactly. It's a customer
retention strategy, so they don't go for any other businesses, any other service. Yeah.
So why do you think Verizon is buying the prepaid business?
I guess you would be implying it's retention.
It's exactly. They realize that their postpaid is too expensive, so then they'll give an option for prepaid.
But they already have an option
to negotiate their postpaid.
But nobody knows about the current option of prepaid. Like legit, they don't do any advertising for it.
Okay, so is it cheaper to buy TracFone or cheaper to advertise?
It's cheaper to buy the brand.
The brand.
Okay, so it's better to buy the brand. It's better to buy the brand.
Correct.
Yeah.
They already have advertise visible. Walmart, everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. The TracFone market penetration is huge.
It is big time.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, it's 20 million plus.
Yeah. I mean,
and customers apparently are loyal. Carlos says they're there for the long haul. They don't spend a lot of money, like the profitability is not there, but they're there, you know.
But see, this is what I'm saying in terms of the upsell. If they can get, let's say, 10% of that base to sign up for home internet with Verizon and give them a discount, I think that's a win.
I think it must be something like that. You know, I didn't believe that they would be trying to move them to postpaid. I think that's a losing battle.
Yeah, I think so too.
You know, like what T-Mobile trying to do with Metro, it's not that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Next story. Let's talk about C-band spending, shall we?
Oh, here we go.
Over under.
The C-band is good.
Yes. Literally, Sneed is smiling already, dog. Look at him.
We were speculating, and this is looking good.
Moose, let me tell you, bro.
Bro, literally, Zero Cool and I, we were in sync, bro. We were clapping.
We already know.
Wait. Hold on. What were you guys clapping on? That's what I need to know. All right, what you been clapping on?
Block A was literally bidded on like a train wreck, bro. And only 2 players were able to finesse it. That's it. Only the top 2 players.
Yeah.
I love the word. Hey, Tyrone, would you use the word finesse for Block A? Would you?
I don't know. I don't think they really just finessed it. They brought the money bags and broke the walls.
That's right. Yeah.
It was a pissing contest.
Oh my goodness.
No, I mean, Mike Seaver's right. They're literally killing each other over the Block A. You know.
Yeah, they knew it.
But you know who said that first? All due respect no, not me, not this time. Yeah. It was John Leisure. He said they're going to kill each other for this. He said, we're going to do this to the merger. They're going to do it through C-band, and they're going to kill each other for it, and I want nothing to do with it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
Because that's what happened, right? Like, he was the only big guy involved in the 600 megahertz. Nobody else wanted anything to do with it because nobody else needed national low band. You know, AT&T had... You know, the FirstNet in the books, right? That was happening. It was in the works. You know, Verizon was already done with Band 13. They'd been done with Band 13 for 5 years. You know, it was all advanced LTE since then. So they didn't have to compete with anybody for 600 megahertz. Who? Charlie Ergen? Yeah, Charlie Ergen. Yeah. Straight up, bro. So, Block A, man.
Block A, though. I mean, you know, we were talking about this the other day, prior to recent developments. And, you know, we know Verizon spectrum position, right? We know what their tower grid is. The C-band spectrum is ideal for Verizon. But look at just the top 10 markets. And then look at the top 10 markets of each carrier. You know what's going to happen. The carriers want to solidify their positioning in those strongholds. I call them strongholds, right? So like the Northeast is a Verizon stronghold, right?
Sure.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
Southeast, AT&T stronghold, right? So, and then the West is becoming a T-Mobile stronghold. The West.
Yeah.
The Southwest, anywhere west of El Paso is a T-Mobile stronghold.
I don't know.
In terms of market share, maybe, but not the network. In terms of market share, yeah, not the network.
Market share is all you need. Yeah.
In business, he's not wrong. You fake it till you make it, SOB.
Yeah. But here's something interesting that my guy told me earlier, and I didn't think about that, but a lot of people were questioning what really tipped T-Mobile to say, okay, we really need this merger with Sprint back then. And a lot of people were saying, well, they just needed to compete. Like, they needed to be able to compete more at scale, and they needed that spectrum, right? But what he told me, he was like, what really put T-Mobile over the edge on making this really work was when AT&T got that FirstNet contract. Verizon was already competing at much larger scale. Now you get AT&T with a government subsidized contract with additional spectrum. I mean, T-Mobile wouldn't stand a chance. They were growing the network at that time, and then all of a sudden here comes AT&T with this big contract. T-Mobile standalone wouldn't have stood a chance at all.
So the most likely thing we see in Block A, I think, is a 60-40 split in the top 50 markets in the U.S. I think we're talking Verizon 60, AT&T 40. I think that's how Block A played out for the top 50. I can't speculate on the bottom 50, anything beyond that. It's hard to call. Other companies kind of getting involved or whatever. But Block A at 100 megahertz, give me Verizon at 60. They were doing, remember, they're sub-blocks of 20 megahertz. So, and if you look at the numbers, if you look at the spending, the way the bids played out, when we looked at the day-to-day, the numbers, they built fast. 2 billion, 8 billion, 10 billion, 16 billion, 20 billion, 40 billion. Like, every day it was multiple billions. Every week it was 10, 20 billion. It really didn't slow down until January. The first 2 weeks were insane. And it wasn't until, January 10th? Right? 3 days after the break, where it started to slow down. We had already hit 60, 70 billion. Right? And that's when it started to slow down. The last 10 billion took 2 weeks. The first 10 billion took 3 days. Or something like that. So, San Francisco, New York City, Houston, Miami, LA, Chicago, Washington, D.C., Boston, Philly. These top 10 markets are going to be seeing full 100 megahertz Block A.
That's going to be so cool.
We're going to see, you're literally going to, the networks are not going to be recognizable.
Nope.
They're going to be just different.
Completely.
That's
2.5 is irrelevant.
Well, it's relevant for T-Mobile customers.
As in competitive advantage-wise that Sneed Tech has been saying.
I think it levels the playing. C-band levels the playing field.
This is an SMT stamp of approval.
Yeah.
This is a PSA. The 2.5 advantage is gone after December 2021. It's
Block
gone
A,
completely.
yes, Block A levels the playing field. That's 100% true. I really, I've said this before. The window, if it's open this much right now, CBRS closes it this much. Just because CBRS is not high power. You know what I'm saying? And just because the licenses aren't going to widen the channels as much, because you got to do licensed and unlicensed to go wider, right? And I've already tested CBRS in the CLE. There's new sites. Zero Cool, I can't wait to show you, dog.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to show you. It's going to be incredible. I'm going to do some coverage on it this week. CBRS covers blocks and schools. It's not whoever's standing on the corner is what I'm trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? It's not helping one little place. It transmits across streets onto stadiums. it transmits into neighborhoods, into homes. I'm getting RSRP of minus 105, minus 110 from a quarter mile away, and it's doing 250 megs.
Yeah, the thing that I want to point out with the C-band is that, it's good clean spectrum, right? So you're going to be getting good RSRP for at least a good 3 miles away. 3 to 5. Yeah.
What?
At least 3 miles. That's what, the testing has been. If it's
They're telling me no beamforming. They're telling me no beamforming, no HPUE. It's a half a mile.
No.
No, not macro. Micro cells.
No, I'm talking about macro.
Okay, so
I'm talking about C-band.
Macro,
yeah.
Me too. Yeah, they were telling me it's a half a mile, no HPUE, no beamforming, from a micro cell. It's a half a mile.
Microcell, it's about a half mile to a mile.
So you're actually more thinking like a mile then.
But it all depends on rad center, right? Okay. See, the higher your rad center is, basically, higher in frequency, the farther it's going to shoot, right?
Okay, so cool. Let's put this thing on a 100-foot tower.
Yeah, 125-foot tower. Yeah.
Let's give it some clearance, okay? HPUE devices. Let's do 100 meg. Let's do 60 megahertz channel, okay? And let's give it beamforming. Let's give it the whole kit and caboodle. Are we gonna do gigabit speed from a mile? Because I'm doing.
Are you talking about
550.
band 41?
No, I'm talking about band 77. Because I'm doing 60 megahertz of CBRS, which is low power from a micro cell. I'm doing a quarter mile 250.
What were your speeds though? Downlink
250 megs.
See, the problem with C-band, you're gonna need at least an 80 megahertz channel to get a gig, and that's why T-Mobile is doing 80 megahertz channels for our standalone. Who said that?
I don't believe they're gonna do gigabit on N41 for a long time.
No, that's not true. It will be once it will happen once it's all carried,
but not anytime soon here.
We're trying to, T-Mobile's trying to get there as fast as they can, but
we're doing 250 over here, Zero Cool.
I understand, but the sites that are right, but the sites in the West are configured good.
Okay.
That have density somewhat in LA and in Arizona and the West. Carlos has been pushing 500 to 600 meg.
But the thing is, I was trying to do the live stream on T-Mobile. Actually, remember when I first came into the stream and then it cut out? Mm-hmm. That was on T-Mobile.
Well, my point here being is once we get the a full PCS spectrum, once we get all 80 megahertz NSA, and once we get all that spectrum, once we get enough density, it's gonna be a gig. It's gonna take time, yeah, right. But versus a C-band channel where if you were at least 80 megahertz, 125-foot rad center with high power, you're gonna get pretty probably about a mile to a mile and a half, you'll get close to a gig on its own. The further you go, your RSRP, so your throughput's going to drop a little bit, right?
I will trust N77 with the king and the queen.
Of course, yeah. Because if you think about it, you're putting this high clean spectrum up 125 feet. With high power, right? So your theoretical throughput is going to be close to a gig, if not a little bit over, at about a mile to a mile and a half. The further you go down, it's going to drop in downlink throughput and uplink throughput. But you're expected it to work at that what we call that an average peak throughput window, that range is a mile and a mile to a half.
That'd be perfect because they have pretty good tower density.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly why they have. It's exactly why they do that. It's exactly why anybody with mid-band needs density. Doesn't matter if you're using C-band or N41.
I don't think Verizon's afraid to upgrade every single macro.
No, they will. Why wouldn't you?
And then CBRS, some micros, and some other stuff. I actually did some math, right? Thinking about the tower densities.
Mm-hmm.
You could see in some of these major markets 3 capacity layers for Verizon 1 year from now.
Yeah.
3. So the way this would work, I got CBRS reaching a half a mile for microcells, right? Even on macros, whatever, half a mile, call it. You have C-band stretching 1 to 2 miles, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have millimeter wave with repeaters and whatever else they decide to do with beamforming and other technologies. Literally, Verizon will have 3 capacity layers in 1 year. I'm excited about that.
Right, and keep in mind with the beamforming, we're starting to do that. There's beamforming over carrier ag, right? So if you combine, it's like imagine a supercharged mid-band signal going 2 to 3 miles on high-powered. You got your CBRS, you got your PCS, AWS, C-band. You carrier ag all that together, and you see when you carrier ag together, you get to push out the transmit power even further, right? Okay, so when you do that, your downlink and uplink speeds are going to be a lot better because you have a lot more transmit power, aka watts, going through your radio. Okay, your mid-band radio. Mm-hmm. All right, you can put a C-band and CBRS on one radio and AWS and PCS on the other, and just shoot it out over one MIMO antenna.
Mm-hmm.
That's a game changer.
So what do you think? What do you think about Verizon's 3 capacity layers within the same 2 miles?
Yeah, it'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
How about T-Mobile with their ultra capacity on 41? How's that looking a year from now?
It's happening. It will.
No, but I'm saying how do we like we know what Verizon's going to do. I'm not saying they've done it yet. But
right. I mean, I could just tell you how it's going to look like. I can't tell you necessarily the time frame of how long it's going to take them to do nationwide. I'm just saying it's. I'm telling you the theoretics of how it's going to get there and how it's going to perform.
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
So here's what I think, and I think this plays a very important part for and me and Moose talked about this, and I've talked about it with some other people. This is where the big two are again going to separate themselves. The RAN teams are going to start getting aware that, hey, look, minimum backhaul on all these sites is going to be 10 gig across the board. New sites, whatever we're doing, it's going to be 10 gig backhaul minimum for the next generation purpose. Then we go to 20, we go to 30, we go to 40. We own the backhaul. We can do that. We can go to 100 if we need to across the whole circuit. T-Mobile is not going to be able to accomplish that. They don't have the money right now. They're going to be able to do 2 gigs, maybe 5, 10 on some sites, but they can't go, 10 across the board and then increase to 20 and 30 as long as they're doing third party deals. They have to go with their own fiber. If not, they're going to lag behind.
It's not just that. T-Mobile needs more mid-band spectrum.
That too. Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, that too. That N41 is going to get clogged soon.
All right, let's look into the crystal ball. They're asking the SMT, Sneed-Radamus. Let's say AT&T and Verizon Wireless have C-band fully deployed. Who do you think will have the fastest speeds, network experience? In some markets, it will be AT&T. And in some markets, it will be Verizon. So the way that this is...
I actually can predict that it will still be AT&T even in the strongholds because they are paying massive markup right now for New York City for the 10 gig backhaul.
Yeah, there's more to a market though, Moose, and what I mean by that is anywhere where Verizon has officially launched millimeter wave and has 2 to 3 years of build out of millimeter wave. Sorry, dog. I'm going with Verizon on that one.
Of course, but the question wasn't millimeter wave. It was about C-band.
It is, though, and I'm going to tell you why. The more ultra-wideband Verizon has, the more they're pulling traffic away from their mid-band. It matters. All due respect, bro. You know I respect your opinion. That's true. But I'm telling you, Verizon is well-positioned to offload a ton of traffic off of mid-band. The future for Verizon's network is actually the brightest. Mm-hmm. Their network now is the most congested.
Right.
I know it's hard to see a year from now, but a year from now they have 3 capacity layers. As of right now they have 1. A year from now they have 3. That's why I say in some markets it's Verizon, because they'll have ultra wideband and all of that midband. AT&T has some unique markets where they can do 7 carrier aggregation, and the backhaul you mentioned will push those carriers. You've already mentioned 10 carrier aggregation. Yeah. That's game changing in and of itself. So where they do that, there's your answer.
Yeah, Sneed's correct, actually, 100% correct. And let me kind of paint a picture of how it would play out. So in your phone, you got a 4G LTE signal, then sometimes it falls back on 3G, right? Okay, HSPA or CDMA or whatever. That's now. That happens today, right? So in a 5G world, what's going to happen is you're going to have a 5G millimeter wave signal all carried together, all those millimeter waves. But if that's out of range, it's just going to fall back on a carrier-agged mid-band signal. Okay, still 5G, mind you, but mid-band. The 3G becomes mid-band. The 4G becomes millimeter wave. Okay, that's what we're trying to accomplish. That's what we're trying to carrier-agg all the bands and get as much spectrum in the marketplace as possible, because that's what we're trying to provide.
Do I see you, bro?
What kind of car is that?
That's a Volvo. That's a Volvo, bro.
Oh, go get it,
bro. Are you here in the West Coast, bro?
He's Damn. Right now. He's flooring.
Look at that, the Volvo, baby. Yeah. He has slappers in there, bro. You can hear the bass slapping.
Yeah, the bass.
He got the slappers, bro.
There will be markets where AT&T will be the fastest, and we know their motto: if we have it, you can get it. So I'd be happy to be an AT&T customer in a lot of those markets. Let me tell you. But where Verizon does this ultra wideband thing, it'll be a special. And those are the same markets that are going to be getting 40 to 70 megahertz of CBRS, and those will be the same markets getting 80 megahertz of C-band. And their customers actually need it. Verizon customers, they're real unlimited customers now. They got 60% of customers on unlimited. So it's not the old Verizon that had 13% on unlimited. Come on, man. We don't need those days of Moose. You were getting 3 megs, 4 megs, 2 megs, 8 megs.
Yeah.
In LA. So you don't think Verizon sees those numbers?
Oh yeah.
Oh, they see it. I mean, there's nothing that they can do. I mean,
you can only put so many nodes in so much time,
Yeah, I mean, they're doing, 17,000 nodes just with millimeter wave this year. But again, I don't think everywhere is going to get it this next year. It might take a couple years, but it will eventually be everywhere. I do agree.
It just takes time.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm actually
it's not
more
money,
excited.
actually. It's not money. The millimeter wave problem is not money.
Yeah.
I've debunked that. It is not money. It's time. It's
time
literally
density.
Yeah. Well, to get the density, you're going to need some time. If I gave you 5 years to build out a millimeter wave network, you'd say, okay, I might be able to do that in the most critical markets. It's going to take 5 years.
I wouldn't build a single tower. I don't care what you do.
So you're Charlie Ergen? What do you
No,
buddy?
yes. I'm going to play poker for 5 years and get really good at it.
Anybody want to make a deal?
He literally has a royal flush. No.
He really does.
Now, Sneed, what did you think about that DSS N2
Really
last
nice.
night?
Really nice.
Mm-hmm.
It was 80 plus mags, but it was always like 10 millisecond ping. So your quality of connection is very good. It was clean. Because we're talking about a 20 megahertz channel, right?
Right.
10.
10?
Oh, it's 10?
Well, 10. It's DSS, yeah.
10 on the 5G?
Yeah, 10 on LTE and 10 on NR, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have to have a 20 for minimum to split it, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was pretty nice. I'm really not a big fan of the DSS for now.
I'm not either.
I think eventually you got to DSS all things for at least a year, maybe 2. You know, because you don't want to alienate your customers. T-Mobile's pissing some people off in some markets right now with 5 megahertz of L71. People have told me that their LTE-only phones suck right now on T-Mobile.
I can't stop laughing.
Dude, they're telling me it sucks bad.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I believe you.
You know, they're like, man, this sucks. I'm like, yo, you better get a 5G phone, dog. Because you're going to be praying for N41 and N71 because the N41 is 60 to 80. The N71 is 15. So, bruh, if you're a T-Mobile customer, go get a 5G phone immediately.
And then they're going to tell you, hey, Sneed, so where's the money at, bro? They're going to be like, we need donations our way from the SMT. Because, you know, not a lot of people have the butter, bro.
Bruh, listen. Motorola is about to drop a $299 5G phone. Go get it.
Yeah, but that's for the big old red.
Nah, dude, get the unlocked one. Sub 6 gigahertz only. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of DSS either. I mean, it's just
Not for now. For now.
Yeah,
But, hey, so I was reading about Samsung. They say they got the fix.
For what?
The fix.
They're saying that they can make it a more efficient, situation. They're saying they can
Efficient,
work
but that
on some of the
requires more
efficiency.
spectrum though to be added to it. That's the thing.
Then it's not really helping because Verizon ain't
Exactly.
got none, dog.
Exactly.
Unless they want to make a deal with Charlie.
Well, they'll do that. They'll do that with the C-band and stuff. So that'll help out a lot. I think I think that's the fix for them.
No. We don't want to see C-band get DSS. No.
It will.
No.
It will.
No. They should not do that. That's a problem. Let me tell you why. If they
But
do
it
that,
will
they're
happen.
No, do not. And I'm going to tell you why. If you do that, there's no reason for anyone to upgrade.
I agree with you. I hope
Why
they
would
don't.
anybody want to upgrade to a 5G phone if they could keep rolling with stupid LTE?
You know what DSS stands for? Dead Sea Scrolls.
Bro, the key is to get people in newer devices that can do more with the spectrum.
Yep.
That's available and deployed. And the carriers, I mean, if you own a phone, you're on the T-Mobile network and your phone's from 2016, you're losing. You're losing right now, bad. Your phone may not even have, if you have a 2015 phone, I don't know, an iPhone 6, I guess they don't even have band 66. Is that true?
Yeah.
What the heck? Get out of here.
While we're on this topic, Sneed, if the carriers thought that it was hard to get people off of 3G and HSPA phones, just wait how hard it's going to be to get people off of LTE phones.
Yeah.
That's going to take decades because LTE is it's a very, very good technology still.
I think it's going to take at least 30 years.
Yeah. At
30
least.
years.
At least, yeah.
People are going to keep LTE phones forever.
What?
Yeah. We'll be in 6G and people will still have LTE phones. That's how bad it's going to be.
Yep. I still see 2G GSM traffic, so every day.
Calling?
Yeah, calling, texting, sure. Yeah. Data, yeah.
And the reason why you see that type of traffic is because you got people rolling the Xiaomi's, rolling the damn Oppos, rolling all them ching ching chong phones. You got them ching ching chong chopstick phones rolling around. They don't have voice over LTE, and they're sitting here backfalling on 3G, and that's why T-Mobile and all the companies stopped activating those phones. Finally, thank God.
Right.
But now they need to ban them. Now they need to ban those phones that are still active, and then we'll be good.
Hey, Moose.
Yeah.
Is he still on?
Yeah. Moose, you there? Maybe not.
Now, T-Mobile's HSPA shut down at the end of 2021, the GSM down in 2022. So that's a good thing, to get rid of that. It's like, ugh. 2G and 3G networks got to go. They got to go.
It's just crazy because AT&T is anticipating the shutdown to be early 22.
Correct, yeah.
But then we got, the update recently that 42 million AT&T customers are still in HSPA.
Oh, well, I mean, that's... yeah. Good riddance.
God damn.
Hey, Zero Cool. Tyrone knows. I think we kind of mentioned it earlier in the pregame. Moose as well. Carl's maybe hip to this, and you might be too. Maybe you're following the situation closely. C-Band gear is ready.
Yep.
Yeah, from Nokia, yeah.
Okay. And it's comboed. It's 2 for 1 with CBRS.
Yeah.
2-fer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
You got to be excited about that.
Right? I am, yeah. I mean, like I was saying earlier in the stream, you have one radio for CBRS and C-band, and the other radios for PCS and AWS, and then you just put on one MIMO antenna and you're done.
So Zero Cool, is it going to happen where Verizon and T-Mobile as well go ahead and start upgrading CBRS this year, and literally in December stuff just starts flipping on for C-band later in the year?
I'm
just gonna say that all depends on money for anybody.
One of the guys that I speak with that works for one of the tower companies in Alabama says Verizon has been deploying C-band equipment for 2 months already.
C-band.
I believe it. Yeah, they want to get in the marketplace fast.
See, Sneed, remember I told you, bro, we're talking about this. I was like, bro,
well, we knew about the testing in the summer, didn't we?
Yep, and they like using the panel. They like using this one big panel. It takes 2 racks. So on a 4-rack tower, it takes 2 of the racks, and basically that panel has everything. That's the testing panels that've been going around. That's what they are. Just a single 2-row panel.
By the way, wait, you're talking about 2 parallel panels?
Like basically it takes 2 pulls on the rack, on a 4-sector rack.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we could see a picture of this if anybody's got anything. That'd be good to see.
I wanted to bring up an interesting idea here. So let's use El Paso as an example of the fastest Band 41 rollout for a smaller market, right? For a smaller market. Can we all agree? That's like the, I guess, gold standard for T-Mobile right now, right?
El Paso?
Yes, for a smaller market. Okay, hear me out on this. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I got some good intel on something. How fast do you think Verizon and AT&T will be rolling out CBRS/C-band panels second half of this year?
Oh, quick.
It's a one-touch. You just go up there, you put up an antenna, you put up a radio, possibly upgrade the baseband unit in some cases, and then boom, upgrade the backhaul.
I mean, Stanky on the earnings call in the Q&A hinted towards the CapEx being second half loaded and them pretty much stopping everything for C-band for that amount of time. All capacity adds, new sites potentially all stopping to get C-band on the macro grid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Verizon is going to get to this extremely quickly, along with AT&T. They're going to go like gangbusters on this. It's going to be pretty quick. I am happy that Ericsson and Nokia had the equipment ready already. This is good news. So they'll just be able to deploy it, slap it on a cluster of sites, and away they go.
Technically, it's on the shelf already. Europe and Asia already use this same frequency and radio, so it's ready to go. Ericsson's ready.
That's what I'm saying. The guy that works for that tower company, they says they have a warehouse. They have a warehouse full of the C-band shit already. It's been delivered.
Wow.
So from what I understand, it's backlogged, and they've got 3 years of build outs all ready to go.
God damn.
Oh, I believe that. Yeah, I believe it.
Like they're contracted. I believe they're making contracts for 2 more years. That would give them 5 years backlog by the end of this year. The only company they're unsure of is T-Mobile, apparently.
Yep.
They're the only company that doesn't have anything pending. So they could make a deal, but it's just not known yet.
I will say this, that Samsung is going to be getting a lot more business, but here's something that I wanted to just mention, and this is going to probably come up, later in the year, but I have been told 50% of some markets will have C-band. 50% of all macros will have C-band. 50%. So if like, let's say Los Angeles has, I don't know, hypothetically, let's say 5,000, 2,500 of those sites will have C-band.
Yeah, but it's going to need 50% immediately. Yeah. The other 50% will need to be done eventually.
Correct. In the major markets, especially.
Yeah. The capacity is going to be changing. Yeah. It's only getting worse. There's still people using Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
What? No way.
Oh, yeah. People still using Wi-Fi, dog.
I will never use Wi-Fi. That's super
insecure. I hate Wi-Fi. I literally hate Wi-Fi. Is trash, bro.
Well, I'm talking about like public Wi-Fi. It's super insecure.
Yeah. People get on Wi-Fi all the time.
God damn.
Don't tell me I'm wrong, bro. Zero, back me up here.
Yeah. They do.
Yeah. Sneed. Hello. Yeah, dude. They still get on that stuff. They go to Jimmy John's. They grab a sandwich. They're waiting in line. What's the password, bro? Yeah. I'm on Tracfone, dog. What's the password? You know what I'm saying?
Wi-Fi is like water. That's why I equate that to, right? If you find it, you get it, you drink it. I mean, I'm guilty of it. I use it. I was just shopping around in Publix. I use the Wi-Fi. I don't care.
I don't use Wi-Fi, dog.
But Steve, man. Oh, go ahead, Tyron.
Yeah, to back up Moose on his numbers, my guy was telling me the 50% is lowballing. The reason the carriers are doing that is because they're coming in so aggressive that the literally the only thing holding them back is going to be manpower in these big markets. They're not going to have enough tower climbers because they're going to be that aggressive.
If I was in high school, like a senior, maybe that's too late. If I was a junior, I would be looking at some kind of a training program as like an apprentice, like right away. Mm-hmm. I would be graduating high school with a degree and I don't give a damn. And I'll be getting a job working with cell phone companies. I think my job would be secure. I think I would be working 9 to 5 every day I wanted to. And I could probably work more. I probably could be up at 6, at work by 7, working till 7 every day.
The other
Just
thing
take Sundays off to watch football.
Yeah, tower climbers, they do that all day.
The other thing I was going to mention is this, dog. So we have folks on record saying that this is probably going to be the biggest renaissance of macro upgrade ever seen, because it's just going to be like the floodgates open up in the second half of 2021.
The gates of Ishtar, bro. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah. And it's gonna dwarf the N41 Band 71 rollout.
Nah, man.
That's what I've been told.
Yeah, that's gonna be over. Like I tell people all the time, you thought T-Mobile was fast? Just wait till Verizon and AT&T get going with more money.
Yeah, man. Those upgrades are gonna be fierce, and they're not gonna be difficult. And they're going to modernize while they're up there. There's tower sites that haven't been upgraded since 2016, right? Zero Cool?
Very few, but yeah.
Right, when they be done, they'll do the 66. They'll do the twos.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing that I'm worried about. If you look at a cell site, I mean, let's take two perfect examples. There was a recent tower that Carlos posted that a Band 71 panel fell down in broad daylight during the day, man. Right? I mean, can you show that picture, Sneed? Do you have the picture? Because I want to bring this up now because this is completely going the wrong direction that I thought. Okay. And it leads to C-band because the more surface area and the more weight on a cell site, the more you have to reinforce it. Right?
Uh-huh.
Tyrone was yeah, exactly. Tyrone was mentioning a couple of times last year there was a certain crowdedness on T-Mobile antennas in El Paso because they just literally added band 41, but they didn't remove the other antennas.
Yep.
Okay, that was one point. The second point is now we have antennas falling down.
Yep.
Is that going to continue to be a problem moving forward, the leaving of the old gear?
It could be if T-Mobile makes it one. If they don't pay these contractors to take the old shit down, yeah.
Because it's additional weight. A lot of them are like larger antennas, space, and
yeah. I mean, the thing is that they're supposed to do it one touch. Okay, that's how Verizon does it. There's sometimes to where they require another work order to remove the secondary antennas.
Then they don't want to pay.
No comment, but yes.
Right. It's going to eventually have to come down. It just doesn't make sense to leave it up there.
Yeah.
And
go ahead, Tyron.
From a money standpoint, I don't want to say it's that bad at T-Mobile, but they have sites here that are still on wooden poles, and they're not able to support any of the N41 and N71 equipment. Yeah. So they're literally waiting until the lease runs out so they can either bolster that site or they build another site nearby that it can actually support the equipment. So they don't have money to break the lease to make that happen sooner. They're having to wait until that lease runs up.
Yeah, correct. A lot of it are tower relocations. I had a couple of those in California to where a rooftop site and then also a wooden pole couldn't support the equipment, and a lot of it's just tower, what we call a tower relo, to a monopole tower.
And it goes back to what
Usman
says
that a good storm could knock it all down. What do you say?
It's very true.
Yeah, yes. That's true, man.
Yes, it could.
Sneed and Tyrone have been saying, why wasn't this prevented years ago? Instead of putting it on a wooden pole, just build it on a metal pole.
I've never seen that before.
They were
not
cutting
until
corners.
You guys sent me these pictures.
They're still cutting corners.
I'm not even joking. I've never seen this type of stuff before. You guys show me things I had no idea existed in this universe. Okay, the ginormous low-band antennas on the freaking wooden poles. I've never seen that before.
Bro,
the cables that Carlos sees and that you see, they're never in a million years have I seen anything like that. Bro, every tower over here is fantastic from every carrier. Okay, I need to
tower
ask.
crew quality, man. It's tower crews.
You need to tell me the truth, Moose, because you're from those areas. Mm-hmm. Does anybody care about their quality of work? Does anybody take pride in their performance over there?
You see,
or does everybody just care about kicking it on the weekend? And they do a crappy job and they don't take their job seriously.
It's really interesting, right? Because it depends on the contractor, right? I mean, Zero Cool can corroborate with me on this one. The cheaper ones, the bottom line ones, right? That they're the lowest priced ones. They don't give a damn. They'll get it done, but they're not going to get it done the way that it should be gotten done, right? Like, for example, that site in August where it had old equipment on there. They didn't want to remove it because they weren't going to get paid. You see, that's ridiculous. Both ways. One, you should take it off. Two, can't you get paid just a little bit to remove them? Number 3 point is this. If you would have developed the site correctly the first time, years ago, putting by a metal pole instead of a wood, we wouldn't be having this debate. We would be having this conversation. You could be putting band 41 and band 71 on the thing. But now you have the risk of an 18-wheeler truck straight up knocking that Band 71 panel down. That is how protruding it is on the street.
Here's the
crazy.
thing, Moose. I don't even get why they're putting Band 71 there. Band 71 is a low band. I mean, a true macro's macro. You get a big monopole, you find a co-located site, and you put those suckers up there at height, and you transmit that signal for 3 miles. Why are you putting that 40 feet up on a power pole? And how does the city think that's okay?
You know, if you look at the before and after pictures of that site, they had to do a lot of modifications. And Zero Cool, we confirmed it. It is some type of C-RAN T-Mobile. You know?
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's like one of the only C-RAN T-Mobile.
Okay.
But they had to add additional support to the bottom of the panel because it's adding an extra 100 pounds of weight, especially because of the wind. I mean, dude, we're going from skinny panels, band 12,
the
to
CLE,
you know, a
has
huge
60-mile-per-hour gusts.
Yeah, that area is notorious.
Weekly.
That area is notorious for having high winds, and it will get damaged somehow soon. I'm just waiting for the day to report to you guys that thing is either knocked down. Yeah.
I know goons that'll go up there and do pull-ups off of that thing. You know what I'm saying? They will train on that thing. You know what I'm saying? That's how low it is.
All it takes is a chainsaw.
Jesus. Well, you see, the other thing that I wanted to mention as well is this. So we have, like, Tyrone is saying that there's actual macro sites that have wooden pole. Now, that is even crazier.
There is.
Right?
Yep.
That's even crazier because this is not a true macro definition.
It's not. No.
You know, this was like a C-RAN pseudo macro.
What's a macro defined? Is it 80 feet, 100 feet?
A macro is
city.
Yeah, it's from the carrier and the city, right? So they define it, and basically it's anything that is a lattice tower, a monopole, a geyser tower, or anything on a rooftop.
Yeah, right.
That's also declared a rooftop macro.
Sure.
Say.
Or on the side of a building. Yeah.
Yeah, but the infrastructure is there. Like those are strong structures. You know, you've got an entire roof. You know.
But you know what? The reason why I'm bringing this up is because, so with C-band, right? There's going to be an additional antenna, which will add more weight per sector, which means that not only will the rent go up because you have to insure it for potentially if the wind knocks it down or whatever the case may be, right? But, you know, we have some people in the comments, they already knew what I was trying to say. They're going to try to consolidate as many spectrum bands as possible per sector. Some sectors, some sites might remove the low band. I'm going to be honest with you. They might remove the low band. Or
the weight, the size,
Or like Sneed was showing on the Periscope this week, there's 2 racks. The top is for mid-band. The bottom is for low band, right?
Just about to say that. Yeah, you can do a 2-rack setup, and that's usually what has been done.
Does. Yeah.
2 crow's nests.
Yeah, and that'll be excellent because
do here for every whatever to 5.
Los, get off that T-Mobile right now. Good God.
This is what you sounded like, but this is what it would look like based on what you sound like.
So yeah, this is.
What is he on? What do you?
Oh, he's gone.
Bro, that was wild.
If we could see what he sounded like, it would be this.
Holy shit.
So yeah, over the
Carlos, what's up, bro?
Yo.
Damn.
My connection that was T-Mobile.
Oh, shit, it's T-Mobile.
I had to turn off with the Wi-Fi. like from my
Yeah, get off of that.
To the-
God damn.
Yeah, bro,
God.
cut it out.
Don't hurt us like that.
Nuts.
no. Basically, what's gonna happen?
Happened what? What's going on?
We
Like they
losing, dog.
one
We losing.
tower was
God damn.
Bruh. Los.
best.
Los.
What?
It's not happening. You got third net. What you got, dog?
That's
Holy shit! This is
Bro,
crazy.
he's never been this bad. Ever in any.
Well, is it good now?
No.
Is it good now?
it's
Okay,
good now.
No, it's good. Okay.
Hey, Sneed,
No.
Yeah.
is this what ultra capacity sounds like?
Ultra capacity. Yes. Ultra capacity.
Oh,
Is
low
it good? Is it good now,
Yeah.
What were you on?
Yeah. what are you
T-Mobile?
doing?
bro? It keeps trying to connect back to the phone, to the hotspot on my T-Mobile line,
Oh gosh.
bro.
Don't do it, dog.
But
Don't
now
do
it's
it.
on Verizon. But basically, what I was saying is basically what they're doing out here. They're consolidating fiber on some of the towers, so they'll get where they can get the strongest fiber backhaul. They'll do that, and then they micro beam it to 5 towers nearby. That's what they're doing out here.
No. Please, no, none of that. No, dog. Moose, are you there?
Yeah, I'm good. Tyrone,
Okay.
you were about to say something. What was the thing?
No, I was just saying, like, that those what we're talking about now have been cost-cutting measures for T-Mobile over the last 10 years, the decade. I mean, I haven't seen a Verizon and AT&T wooden site, at least here in El Paso. I have not seen the big two use any strand mounts. They're using C-RAN. So that's just something that T-Mobile has done over the years to, the cost-cutting measures. That's what they've done to achieve what they needed to achieve. And I gotta show you another site here on the west side of town,
Oh no.
a T-Mobile site.
Oh.
It's something that I have never seen before either. I don't know why they did it this way, but just to kind of give you a little preview before I send you the picture tomorrow.
My God.
So it's a regular cell site, right? Regular pole, but they have the site, like the sectors split. So the sector that faces west is at the top of the site,
Okay.
and the sector that faces, I would say, south is like at the bottom, pointed down. It's completely weird. And the reason I say that is because Verizon and AT&T have a site in that same area, and all of their panels are at the top. So I got to send you that picture tomorrow.
So why would they go with like a staggered build?
I have no idea. I've never
That's
seen that
basically
before.
what you're
Sneed.
describing, right? A
No,
staggered
I can answer that. Usually it's they want one mid band going one direction and then one low band going the other. Basically to go over maybe a hill or what have you.
Yeah,
That's
like
why it's a staggered build.
two of the
Yeah.
sectors are at the top, and the third sector facing the opposite way is at
Yeah.
the bottom of the pole.
Yeah, that's why they do it that way, because they're trying to either get over a hill or an object or whatever you. They got one mid band going one way and one low band going the other way.
Can you confirm that, Tyrone? Is that the case? Is it terrain?
That's usually what it is. Usually.
It could be, but that would. I think I would see that on the Verizon and AT&T sites as well, but they have all three of their sectors at the top.
I was gonna say, but they don't. I've never seen them do it. I've never seen this out here. So Zeracle's obviously next level with this. I've never seen it personally.
Yeah, it depends, but I wouldn't be surprised at that particular site.
Anybody know how T-Mobile makes any money?
I can't, dude.
I mean, they make a lot of money, dude. They make billions. What do you mean? That's one heck of a question to ask a $1 billion company. Do you like make money or something?
So the other thing I was going to ask about this, guys, is do you think that Verizon overspent? Like they spent too much. They didn't want to, but they had to.
On C-band?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess Mike Dano's the biggest backtracker in the history of wireless.
Huge.
He said cable companies didn't spend anything after all, and apparently they spent what, $30 billion the last time he dropped estimates.
Yeah, I don't get some of the estimates. I didn't understand the Comcast and Charter spending, and then I started to come around to it when somebody said, "Look, they're just trying to prevent Verizon and AT&T and T-Mobile from doing fixed home wireless." And I thought, okay, that's legit, because a cable company would try to block. That's what they do. They try to be pieces of crap, right? Just hinder innovation, hinder a competitor.
Yeah.
But then I saw their quarterly numbers. The answer to that is no. There's no growth in the business. How do you justify spending $15 billion to just block something? You're not really investing in anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm... So I did the math. I couldn't make it work. So now I'm back on the side of, based on their numbers, they can't say to investors, we need $15 billion to keep Verizon and AT&T and T-Mobile from buying spectrum. That's,
Yeah, they
you
can't.
Yeah, that
Where
doesn't
do they
equate.
do that at? I need 15. Can I have 15 billion in a loan to just not let somebody else do something? It's not going to work.
Yeah, that's not going to work at all, Sneed.
Actually, I think I know what they're doing with that. Basically, in my opinion, they spent that money to provide a fixed wireless service to areas where they can't get cable lines. Mm-hmm. So
that's true. But here's what I think personally. If they spent what AT&T and Verizon spent what they spent, we already know T-Mobile's doing it. ISP is about to get some shocking competition in the next 5 years. They're not ready for it. They are not ready for it. That competition is about to hit them.
You know what Comcast did in wireless revenue last quarter?
I saw it briefly earlier.
$500 million.
Oh shit!
You want them to spend $15 billion on wireless spectrum, something they've never done before?
With no infrastructure.
On MVNO, they've been adding like 250,000 subscribers every quarter for the last 2 years, which is good, but it doesn't justify spending $15 billion on something they've never done before.
That's true, that's true. That's absolutely true. That is true. And they have no infrastructure. I didn't see them come with an actual plan to say, okay, this is how we make the profit. Yeah, people have been speculating the private LTE, but even that doesn't justify spending $15 billion.
Hold on, guys. I think I just may have figured out maybe why. If not the wireless, if not the fixed wireless, Charlie Ergen
doing it through them
is gonna the sneaky poker player. He's gonna partner with Comcast and Spectrum, whoever's
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't. But they were saying that Dish didn't go in with anybody, so that would have to be a deal that's like behind closed doors in the works.
Well, that's the way Charlie does it.
Meet him.
Can you see that? I can see that happening.
Casino. Meet him at the casino.
Yeah, meet him at the casino and bring $15 billion. We write it. Yeah.
And a whiskey.
And a whiskey. Yeah. No, I can see him do that because he's not going to fulfill his obligations.
You're convinced.
I'm convinced too.
I wouldn't be surprised. It would not shock me one bit. Like,
what about the tower in Lakewood, Colorado?
That ain't shit.
That's not. That's a test tower for all the rest of them.
That's a video to the FCC. Hey, we're working.
Bro, I heard that was superimposed, and there actually really is no tower there. I heard that it was somebody superimposed it using like Photoshop, and there's not really a tower there. The guy's just standing on some grass.
I mean,
that's what I heard.
What?
Bro.
No
I heard
way.
that there's no tower there because sources in Lakewood can't confirm the existence of that 5G tower from Dish.
Bro, this
Pete's
would be
there.
a massive
I haven't found the
revelation.
tower. See? Pete's there. Pete's there.
This would be a massive expose. This could go all the way to the DOJ. I'm not even joking, dude.
He's right. Because they got fulfillments that they have to come through on.
Oh my god.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they'll just they'll, Charlie's so sneaky. What he would do is he would get that partnership going with Xfinity and Spectrum and just blame it on them for not building out anything with the FCC,
You ain't lying, Philly.
Charlie right
lying,
now.
bro.
Charlie's on a Zoom call right now with Apple, Amazon, Google, and everyone else you can think of.
Somebody
trying to figure out how to make this work.
Somebody.
Hey, it's Charlie. Call me back.
He's leaving video voicemails.
Hey, he's calling up Dad Hesse. Dad, you got any idea?
Dad, you gotta come over here.
He's talking probably to international investors. He's talking to anybody he can talk to that's in wireless.
Bro, what
to
if he's
see if
talking
they
to
can
SoftBank
partner
right now? What if he's talking to SoftBank? Marcelo.
Vodafone, whatever. He's on Zoom calls left and right. I can guarantee it.
He should be leasing his spectrum to make money.
I think that's the last resort.
No, but Verizon would have taken that. AT&T would have taken it.
They would have.
Easily, no doubt.
The AWS-4 is real, bro.
Yeah.
I think they're at 40 megahertz.
Yep.
Just
somebody told
one
me
license.
Yeah. Somebody told me, he's like, yeah, Dish has decent spectrum. They can just put it on NR. They don't have to build LTE. But I was like, wait a minute. Verizon and everybody's gearing up to buy a shitload of spectrum. And then we don't know, with the new FCC lady, she wants to put even more mid-band out there. So I don't think Dish can compete in that environment.
I love this on Dish's website, and it says, and I quote, "We draw on our 40 years of disruption to democratize wireless and create an open platform that allows us as a nation to do what we've always done best: create, collaborate, and build."
Yeah, you're building, all right.
Build.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Charlie did he did some kind of a bonds thing last quarter. $2 million in bonds, or $2 billion. I don't know what it was. But he said for corporate purposes. What do you think he was spending that on, Zero Cool?
More poker cards.
Poker chips?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Phil, me personally, Philip, I don't think John Legere was the best thing that ever happened to T-Mobile. I say AT&T was. Randall Stevenson was. Prove to me I'm wrong.
Gave him the band 12 nationwide. Gave him
$3 billion.
money. Gave him the band 4 20 by 20 nationwide.
$3 billion.
Jesus.
$3
billion, which at the time was 2 years of capex for T-Mobile.
Yeah. I do think Metro played a good part too, because it gave them infrastructure to accelerate the densification
in those markets.
And PCS.
No, I don't think so, Josh. I don't think it'll be that bad. I don't think T-Mobile will be congested. We're expecting them to improve, so I don't think so.
Yeah, they'll improve.
I think they improve. I think they improve, of course, but it's going to be interesting to see where they take this home internet, because people are buying it by the boatloads. I'm seeing it all over. Yeah, people are tired of their ISP, and they're buying it. Spectrum, Cox, Xfinity. There's some local Vivint. I don't know if you guys heard of Vivint.
Yeah. Yep.
There's a new company here called Jackrabbit Wireless.
Jeez.
People are just switching to T-Mobile home internet now since it's available.
I just want to say I said what, Q2 of this year, Dish will have nothing, right? Remember saying that? Do you remember me saying that? Because I said that.
They'd have something of 2021.
Have to something. Yeah. I said something. Okay.
One site.
Yeah. I said something.
Like,
I'm still waiting on that, by the way.
Yeah, well, we all are, man. Just don't hold your breath. How many years does Dish have remaining to build out? So they have landmarks. They've got a 70% mark. They've got a 30% mark. And I want to say the 70% mark is 2025 or 2024. So they got 3 years for that one. And I think they have 2 years for the 30%. That might be 1 year, actually. 1 year from
The way-
like,
Something to look up.
yeah, it's been a while since I looked at
the way
it,
I
so
see it-
forgive me.
The way I see it, they got 7 years. If they don't do nothing in the 7 years, they're done. They only got that deal with T-Mobile for 7 years.
Magic, I gotta ask you, bro. Magic, why didn't you invest in Ericsson? Why did you choose Nokia? Or the better question was,
Sure, Nokia had a huge stock jump yesterday or the day before.
oh, did they? Oh,
Yeah, huge. Insane.
okay.
Kind of like what happened to GameStop.
Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, invest in any hardware vendor and software vendor. That's how big I think 5G will be. God,
Yeah,
man,
Ericsson is only going to be able to do so much. I mean, there's going to
But
be
Samsung
insane
Electronics
demand.
is big. You know, they're in with Verizon
Yeah.
now. They're in bed.
Yep. Yeah, I think the Samsung contract is bigger than the one we saw from Crown Castle.
Here we go. I got it.
Go ahead.
Dish 20% of the U.S. population by June 2022.
Not happening.
And
That would be a year and a half.
yeah,
That's not hard to reach, 20%. Come on, man. That means you could do 5 cities. But you just got to do all of them, you know? You got to do them right.
good luck with that.
But we would already be seeing stuff go up now. Like, we're not seeing anything.
Nothing. But Open RAN, though. Open RAN.
Yeah.
Yeah, up into what? The sky? Like, I mean, come on. Like, what?
Open
I want to see
bunions, bro. That's
some. I
about
want to see some towers. I want to see some clusters. Come on,
Bro,
Yeah,
I'm telling you
there
right
you go.
now.
some SIM cards, something. You know,
See,
like,
I'm telling you right now, dog.
damn.
Not until I see Dish spending money on infrastructure like Crown Castle, American Tower, AT&T Fiber, Verizon Fiber, CenturyLink Fiber, somebody. I don't believe that they're actually in business, dog. I'll be honest.
Here's the thing. There was a while where I legit thought that Dish was going to give their spectrum and just have somebody host it on their tower sites, right? I thought about that. But now with all this spectrum coming to market, who's going to want to do that?
Exactly. Nobody.
You know, like this would have been viable 5 years ago, 4
Yep.
years ago, 3 years ago.
During
Charlie has
LTE.
literally watched that ship sail. You know, he's literally going to have to sell it and get the okay from the FCC. And Jessica Rosenworcel is going to be like, finally, get this guy out of here. Sign the dang paper, Charlie. Sign the dang paper.
Everybody's going to
Sign this right here. You don't leave this room until this is signed, sir.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's been gone from playing from poker cards to pickles. Horrible.
Info assistant said they're going to build out a network with 500 million, bro. Dang.
I'm telling you right now, the second Charlie said on that earnings call, he's stretching 10 billion over 7 years. I said, yeah, he's done. He's not doing nothing. He's
Bro,
finished.
Sprint folded, spending $4 billion a year
Yeah, they spent more than him.
in 2 years.
Yeah, in 2 years.
You know what I'm
Yep.
like? It was 2 years of capex. He wants to do that in 7.
Yeah, that's no way with no real network to begin with.
You think he's gonna just? You think he's gonna do something with Starlink? I really just don't know.
I
How
think
is he
it's
gonna do
Comcast.
it?
It's Comcast and Spectrum. He's got some.
Bro, he's gonna
Thing
play
going
them.
on,
He's
man.
gonna play them. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. He's gonna come out of nowhere too, unexpected. Breaking news.
Charlie
I got
does it
my
again.
June 2022 built out done.
I like them apples.
I like. They don't look right, but I got the build out done.
I know.
Dish partnering with Amazon or merging. Oh, shit.
Man, I gotta give a big special shout out to Rick. Thanks for that donation he sent out earlier, as well as to Medardo for their donation as well. Thank you.
Verizon
Appreciate
buys Dish. God damn.
Oh my God, man, that'd be so
Verizon buys
ridiculous.
Dish. That I guess that would have been viable under the Trump administration. That may
Would
have
have done.
actually happened.
Would have done it. Would have done.
I think that ship has sailed. I don't think it's happening.
Bro, I would
now.
have done it. I'll tell you why. They have the 12 gigahertz spectrum, right? Right? Zero cool. They have 12 gigahertz.
Yeah.
They have 12 gigahertz. They have AWS. They have low band. They can sell to T-Mobile or whatever. But they're going to keep the AWS. They'll keep the PCS. They'll keep the 12 gigahertz. Dude, get rid of Sling TV. Get rid of Dish satellite network. I just keep it for the spectrum.
Oh, Zero Cool, you didn't have to, man. Thanks, bro.
Oh, man.
I appreciate you, bro.
So that Yosemite doesn't sell your house. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Oh, my God, Caleb. So you remembered the nightmare I had, huh? All right, I'll just share it with everybody because, Zero Cool just threw the money out, so he gets the story out there. All right, so I had a dream. It's more of a nightmare. All right, Yasmin posted the house on eBay. And she sold it overnight.
Damn.
And then we woke up and there was like a moving truck. I'm going outside. I'm in the driveway. Literally, I'm like telling them, stop taking our stuff. What are you doing? Yasmin opens the door and she's standing on the porch. There's like a swing or something. And she's counting money, bro. And she's telling me to get off the lawn. We sold the house. Get off the lawn. She's like, go to the street, get away, get out of here. And she's counting the money in front of me, bro. Tell me that's not a messed up dream. Yasmin sold the house on eBay overnight.
God damn.
And she's counting money on the porch, bro. Unbelievable. So every morning I see Yasmin, I say, Dad. She goes, good morning, Daddy. I said, Yasmin, promise me you didn't sell the house last night. She's like, what? Thanks, Caleb. Appreciate you, man.
You're
Thanks,
welcome, man.
Teddy, as well. Thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate you guys. Oh my God, yeah. Hashtag don't sell the house on eBay.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you think of that, Ty? What do you think of that?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy dream, man. Shit.
I didn't know
The fact that you even remember it, that's how you know it was crazy.
I know. What do you think, Moose? You had any type of dreams like that, bro?
I woke up one day and I dreamt that, or I had a nightmare that T-Mobile was #1 in the United States.
Oh, shit.
And I started thinking, what the hell is going on with this world? I was like, oh,
Hey. They're #2 right now, so just
they're #2, so they hit that.
putting that out there just to aid to your dream.
I know,
Yeah.
but that's what's wild about this is that how can they be #2 when we've talked about this, the network is literally stalled.
Listen,
Damn. Somebody
Verizon
put
only
not
added
on-
250,000 subscribers. T-Mobile added 15 million last quarter. All right, so
If that trend continues, come on now. T-Mobile #1.
I know T-Mobile's going to add 850 million subscribers next quarter. They're
Damn.
going to have 2 billion by the end of the decade. 2
Hey,
billion
Sneed.
customers. Yeah.
So somebody said not on Craigslist either. God damn.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's Teddy, bro. Teddy's a G.
Hey, by the way, so Carlos is testing the S21. Anybody
Right
else
now?
testing?
Yeah. So he's got Sims in him. He's running them. Okay.
Yeah,
I should have mine here in the next 24 to 48 hours, I guess.
very good.
Oh, nice, bro.
So I'll have one. I'm not too excited, honestly. The modem tickles my fancy, if you will. The rest of the phone, it's a downgrade. I might just keep my S20 Plus, man. Like as an actual like daily user. So the thing is I want to test a couple of things. I want to test the difference between a 2021 flagship, a 2020 flagship, an iPhone, a Galaxy. I want a little bit of diversity in the portfolio. So I don't want bro, do you know how expensive phones are? Like you guys buy them and lugging them around. Bro, I don't want to walk around with a man purse. You know what I mean? It's just too much, man. I really wish I had a contributor in my market that could do half the testing for me. Like pretty soon, I'd like to get Yasmin with an iPhone, just mashing the speed test app, and just recording it. You know what I mean? Like Yasmin, tap that. We'll get ice cream after this. Help me out. Modem is performing worse than the iPhone. I doubt that.
Really?
Seriously.
Wow.
I doubt that seriously.
On what carrier?
It's the antenna Rayz, dude. Something about it. That's all.
God damn! And it's the X60.
Yeah,
The modem.
I'm not buying this.
I'll show you
SMT.
guys. I'll show you guys here later when I do something.
Carlos, are you gonna live stream from YouTube or are you doing Perry?
Well, I'm making videos, so you know how it is, bro. Gotta make the videos, bro.
I got you, dog.
By the way, I'm going to be live streaming Verizon LTE OG plan. By the way, thank you again, Carlos, for the hookup.
Yeah, Los.
Hey, Moose.
Yeah.
I need one more S series, bro. Should I get it through AT&T?
The S21?
Yeah, I need one more.
Which ones do you have right now? Verizon, T-Mobile, and what else?
Well, they're unlocked, but yeah. I had to sacrifice one, bro. I got an S20 Plus. Has to be sacrificed, bro, because the wife wants it.
Hey, baby.
Oh,
Wait. She wants an S21?
Yeah, so I had to sacrifice it.
Oh, I got you. I see what you mean. Yeah, bro. We'll hook it up. You know me.
But I need instant credits, bro. I don't like 30-month credits.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. I don't like.
What does Mario Yamasaki do, the referee in the UFC? Doesn't he always go like this, bro? He does like the weird heart thing before the match. You know, I love you too.
That's what Tom Brady's going to be doing in the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I was going to ask, is it better to do speed tests while driving to see the true performance of the network, or just in one spot?
No, you do both. So, well, actually, here's what you do.
Uh-huh.
If you're going to speed test the network for like real-time usage, then I could see why you'd just be driving it the whole way. But if you're testing sites, then you have to stop and test. And the reason I say that is because you want to lock in an RSRP, you know, somewhere in like the low to mid 80s. You know, working with Zero Cool has, you know, I've kind of learned what you want to do when you test. All right, what is it like a mile away? What is it like 2 miles away? What does it test in terms of speed at an RSRP of minus 80, minus 85, minus 90? What is it like at edge? 105, 110. You know, it gives you a perspective of the range and then the performance within those ranges. So I would say maybe do both of those types of testing, but understand that they're both different in application.
Right.
You know,
one's traveling, one's
Sure.
stationary.
Because the thing is you might start a test at the edge of one site.
Right.
By the time you're done with your test, you're on a new site, and you're within great range of it. And then all of a sudden you're going to go from 40 to 120 megabits per second or something. You know, it's
right. Well, this weekend, the reason why I'm bringing it up is because this weekend I was going to go hunting. You know what I mean? I like to go to that ultra wideband hunting, you know? Gonna go to hunting over there. I'm gonna go
I call it
test out,
hunting for millimeter wave.
hunting for that millimeter wave, man. I'm telling you, I want to go test out all the networks in LA, straight up LA County.
LA seems like an interesting and fun way to test. Like there's a lot going on, and
it's accessible, right? That's the best
Sure.
part, right? The freeways, you know, but it's gonna be. I want to test it with traffic. I want to test it without traffic. I want to test it at night. I want to test it in the middle. I want to be able to get tacos at midnight. You know what I mean? Like, those are the type of things.
make sure you get the Bartle Dews and
Absolutely.
the Crackly Schnacklies with cheese. All right.
I want to go to San Diego. I want to go to Tacos El Gordo. I want to go to LV,
Yeah.
you know, Las Vegas. Dude, Carlos sent me a picture yesterday. I was so pissed off, man, because he got
I saw
my
it.
favorite
I saw
tacos.
I saw it.
Oh, man.
Yep.
But, and I forgot to mention this. In about 2 weeks here, I'll be traveling east, back to Dallas, and we're really going to be testing the network there, dog.
In the city, in Dallas.
Dallas. I'm going to be testing El Paso. I'm going to be testing Phoenix.
You can be doing the DF dub real thorough.
I'm going to be doing those big cities. So Phoenix, Tucson, El Paso, and then obviously DFW.
Nice, dude.
Oh yeah.
Say what's up to my boy Tucson Ron when you get there.
Tucson Ron.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh wow,
They
a
should
lot
be
more people are
congested.
going to be joining us on the Periscope tonight, I guess, man. People are adding me.
Do you guys want to go ahead and do a little on the Perry?
It's up to you. I'm going to go eat right now, but then definitely I'll be on with the the testing, Verizon LTE.
All right. Shall we go ahead and close out the show?
There is one thing that I think we haven't addressed yet because the numbers aren't out yet. Do you think that the coverage king officially is AT&T?
I don't know, man. Some people are still saying that there's gaps with AT&T. I can't confirm or deny because I don't travel them like that.
Yeah.
I could tell you that when I did my rural testing that one time, the only thing Verizon did better was uplink. The coverage was the AT&T and Verizon were right there. You know, T-Mobile had the 2 cutouts for multiple miles. Complete cutouts, no service. So the coverage was there, WCS a lot at the end. You know, Verizon had the uplink, but T-Mobile, AT&T clearly had the downlink. Way more capacity, more carriers, more bandwidth. Absolutely. So, in my experience, I think it's there.
We'll definitely see, man, because Tyrone was telling me he got some sources saying that there's going to be another massive wave of network expansion for AT&T this year. Right, Tyrone? You there?
AT&T is a fun carrier, dude. Wireless, they are legit. They've got tons of carriers. They've got a lot of upgrades. That's a fun carrier to be on, and they give a lot of capacity for the network access. And they give it to you. You know, if you're getting 100 meg on Ookla, you're getting 100 meg for your video. That's what's great about AT&T. You know, and they're giving you 50 to 100 megs a hotspot. You know, and they're giving you HBO Max if you're paying premium. There's a lot there. You know, you could make an argument it's a better value, you know, network access wise than anything Verizon can offer. Just saying, you know. Everybody says I work for Verizon, but got to call a spade a spade. Anything else for the go to the order, gents?
No.
No, I mean 1 week, and 1 week from the Super Bowl, S21. The Cha-Cha already has 2. Well, 1. He's gonna get 2 more. Bro, I gotta tell you this. This is gonna sound funny, but don't take it
casual.
Carlos. What I'm about to tell you is supposed to be funny, dog. It's not supposed to be insulting by any means. But so my girlfriend's family, right? When we met up in Las Vegas, instead of calling you the Cha-Cha or the Cuban, they call you the Cuban Mafia, dog. And I'm like,
I know.
dude, I'm like, this guy is a G, bro. G, dog. I'm like, Carlos is the number 1, man. You know, so then whenever I'm on a call with you guys and I'm over there, they're like, "Are you talking to the mafia?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? What mafia,
Look,
man?"
I'll
They're
be
like the
honest with you,
Palestinian
dog.
corridor and then the Cuban. I'm like, "What the hell?"
Listen, let me tell you something. Los drives so fast. Like his cars are crazy fast. I say we just call him the Cuban Missile. You know? You guys remember the Cuban Missile crisis back in the day with Fidel?
Jesus, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
We just call
no,
us the Cuban Missile.
no.
Oh, man.
Oh,
That is tremendous. Oh, you got the cars, man. You be hauling, man. I mean, I got the
got to,
Volvisa.
bro.
You know, I'm doing the quarter mile in 7.9, you know?
Jesus.
Let's close out the show, man, before we head over to the Perry. All right. If you want to help the channel out, you can do so in a couple of different ways. Number 1, you hit the like button. X out of the live chat, hit the thumbs up. Another thing you could do is share this to your friends, your family, your Twitter, your Gram. your FB, the Facebook. You could share it to Reddit, just not the T-Mobile subreddit. They can go to hell. The next thing you could do is, if you would like to, there's donation links in the description box. Those are greatly appreciated. Of course, you don't have to. I understand the economic times. Just letting you know that that's there if you want to. Big shout out to the most recent donations from the nation. You guys are awesome. There's also a link in the description box for the Patreon, so you can support production and get some additional perks like early access to videos, as well as exclusive content, live streams, podcasts, and so on, and videos. So check that out. At SneedTech is the Twitter handle. At TechLife, or is it TechLife32, Tyrone?
Want me to check?
Give a shout out to Tyrone on the Twitter side, as well as the Tech Life channel
TechLife
on the
32.
YouTube side. Right.
Yeah.
And then the homie, Moose, we appreciate you being here, shedding light to a lot of things going on in wireless. Zero Cool on the RF side, you're the best, bro. Appreciate you, and thanks for that donation. Big shout out to Teddy for his donation as well. Thank you. I think there may have been one more super chat, but it's not showing it to me. So thank you there. Hashtag Mod Squad. Hashtag 2LiveCrew. Hashtag Replay Crew. Almost forgot about those. Carlos, if you're still here, big shout out to you, and thanks for being on. I appreciate all that you do for our channel as well.
No problem, bro. Thank you.
Sure. And yeah, everybody, if you're not subscribed to Carlos S. Tech on the YouTube side, please do, and check him out on Twitter as well. Carlos Tech 702. That's it. I hope you guys have a great weekend. We are going to do some speed testing this weekend, so be on the lookout and stay tuned. If it's your first time here, subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload and a live stream, and we'll see you on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.